What is going on, YouTube? It's Corey James Taylor here from Flint, Michigan Films, and we are talking today about taking rest, which I didn't do today at all. Yeah, it was supposed to be a rest day. We started at the gym, and then we ended up having a meeting with one of my longtime mentors and collaborators, Rodney Brown from My Michigan Productions. And we were talking about a couple of his new documentaries that he's got going on and a continuation of a documentary we actually did 7 years ago. And then, it got me thinking. I've kind of been in my head a lot with the studio and things, costing this and all the work, just talking about that. And, me and my girlfriend had a conversation, and she's really good about reminding me that, that all the good things that are happening and, all the people that are there trying to make the dream work. And we were watching the documentary that we did years ago, and I remember I was thinking, man, all my gear fit into a little Dodge, Caliber, like a little itty bitty baby. And now I'm struggling to fit all of my gear into 1,600 square feet. And that's just, to me, it's a huge thing of progress, but also just about, kind of how far we've come. And sometimes, once I think I get that piece of gear, or once I get that camera, once I get that thing, it's gonna be it. You know what I mean? It never is it. It's never ending. You know what I mean? It's once you hit one goal, then you're on to the next one, then you're on to the next one. And so I think instead of talking about rest day, I think I'm just going to talk about something that's hard for me, is to just enjoy the process and enjoy the grind, I guess you would call, from Gary Vee, learning to, not take for granted being so busy while prepping a feature, while prepping a documentary, possibly another documentary, getting the day-to-day calls that I get to work, building the studio. I don't know if I said that already. My brain's a little tired. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, we're now talking about having to purchase a new trailer. We're also talking about, with electricians, before we were going to build the psych wall ourselves, and now I've got a meeting with Above and Beyond Concepts, somebody who helped me out when I was having a hard time, John Mason. Last year, I wasn't doing so well, you know what I mean? The industry's kind of been weird, but, I worked construction with him for 2.5, 3 months, and he would, let me come work for 4 or 5 days and then go play movie star for 4 or 5 days, and then, come back for 4 or 5 days and just kind of do the same thing. And it really gave me a nice kind of breather in a time that I was really struggling. And then now, not even a year later, we've got a new space, new channel, just infinite expansion has happened. And sometimes it's good to just take a step back and not only recognize how far you've come, but to enjoy those moments. You know what I mean? Enjoy the fact that you're so busy that, that you get stressed. You know what I mean? And, I think sometimes I say it playing around, oh, I'm so blessed to be stressed. It's very true. It's also, in the moment, it's very tough. You know what I mean? But it's a good thing. It's a progress. It's growth. And so, yeah, if you're struggling, you know what I mean, to grow the business, to grow yourself, to grow in anything that you want to do, just remember, you know what I mean, how far you've come, all the people in your life surrounding you that have helped you, that got you through today, that get you through life's little things. I couldn't do what I did with all the people that I run into. I couldn't do anything that I've done without Josh. I couldn't do anything without my girlfriend Melissa. I couldn't do anything without Preston, with Gavin. People in my life that not only hire me, but work around me to help support the vision for Flint, Michigan Films, which probably is something we should talk about eventually. We're still working on that. I've got these scattershot brains of what I think it is, but the clear-cut vision is it's a space for creative people. And not only for creative people, but for businesses to elevate their brands, to elevate their content, and to elevate their product and the way that their product is received by the rest of the world. I always believe that Flint, Michigan has something special. It always has. I mean, since the very beginning, we've always done. We started with trees. You know what I mean? I believe that was what we first started with, was trees, and then we were known for carriages, and then we became known for automobile. And Flint, Michigan has changed the entire world. And I think it means a lot. It means a lot to this country. It means a lot to this world. And, we've struggled in the media for a long time. And hopefully this place can shine another light into Flint of what it really is. You know what I mean? It's people that have seen the worst that, the world has to offer, and has continued to live, continued to grow, continued to help each other in the community. It continues to exist. It continues to, in my opinion, thrive, despite all the negative stereotypes, despite everything that's happened. Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, but I think what I'm trying to boil it down to is, just step outside yourself for a couple minutes. And instead of thinking of all the things that you have to do, all of the chores, all of the things on your plate, all the things that you want to do, just take a second to think about where you were, let's say 5 years ago, and then where you were 10 years ago, and where you are now. And if I'm sure you're in a better spot. If you're not in a better spot, then maybe you had to go through that to get to where you're going, because we've all been there. Like I said, last year was pretty rough. I wasn't sure for a little bit if I was actually even going to be a filmmaker anymore. It was not that I wanted to quit, it's just there was no work, nothing was happening. The economy was weird. LA was shut down, and it's kind of, still hasn't really picked back up. In fact, it's all going overseas. But from that, I was able to say, okay, well, I guess it's time to start my own business, to really grow and push my own business. And so far, it's worked out pretty well. Yeah. So I think next time I'm going to show you a little bit of gear prep that we did for this upcoming show. Right now, I'm working on a thing for true crime, some company called FilmRise. They've got a new thing out. I can't talk about it. Actually, they didn't make me sign an NDA, but, let's just be professional just in case. And then after that, I'll be at ModFest. And after that, we're going to be doing a special project for the University of Flint. Well, the University of Michigan, Flint. That's a lot of words. University of Michigan, Flint. Flint. I think, man, University of Flint would be nice, though. We need a University of Flint. A little college town? Maybe. But yeah, guys, thanks for sticking around. As always, I'm asking you to fight the AI. Click that bell so you can continue on seeing my stuff. If you want to see my stuff, hit the like button, thumbs up, share it with your friends, your family, and like I said, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.